candy from a fall or poisoning the whole town. Acts big or small, considered to be bad, are just tools in the toolbox for us villains. See, I've never considered myself a hero type, a person that would rise to occasion or save the damsel in distress or perform some sort of selfless act. After the wedding I parted from the hive, and a good thing too, as now it's turned into a hippie paradise. Still, every time I act in a selfish way, I can't but think that I'm doing more good than evil. Why is that? As I sit here contemplating, it hit me. The concept of a villain, the bad guy in the hero's story, is quite often misrepresented, partly due to writers' incompetence, but nevertheless. Who would you call a villain? Someone who's acting against protagonist of the story? Most likely dressed in black or painted that way, so presumably not giving too many fucks of what is going on. Sure, most of you would deem someone a villain by these simple qualifications. In broader sense, a villain is that someone who does bad things to others. But isn't good and bad just subjective? See, a villain, true, well done villain, is a hero of his own story. For example, let's take Nightmare Moon, the first villain of the show. She wanted to be the ruler because she was not recognized properly, and from her perspective it's not just that the false god gets all the praise while she's forgotten, and so taking over the leadership is her big journey. Ultimately, villain stories end up rather tragic, but the fact that these evildoers will try to accomplish their own set of goals and be their own heroes always intrigued me. Take my queen for example. As badly written our story is, there still are some nuggets of brilliance. See, my queen took up the task of infiltrating on her own, knowing full well that she does not possess the strength to overthrow. Yet, the hive was in the need, and so, with others in mind, she attempted and succeeded. See, heroes or protagonists of the story often get overlooked a lot as they perform horrible acts like infliction of pain or even murder, while still claiming to be pure. Hypocrisy is quite rampant with most heroes, but when you look at the villain side of things, these characters often realize what they are doing and choose to do wrong for greater good. Sure, we got characters like Turk that was nothing but "I want power!" But as an example, if you look into Avatar series, because of course I'm gonna mention Avatar, it's chock full of villains that are trying to accomplish some kind of goal, knowing full well implications of their actions. Best example I think would be Zahir. But that aside, better yet, my favorite anti-hero, Lelouch Britannia, aka Zero. It's a wonderful character overall, and his story is closer knit to a villain than a hero. And that's the thing, in a normal story, he would be set as the true villain, but due to well-told story, this villain turns out to be more heroic than the hero characters in Code Geass series. You know, like that idiot. So I say on to you, my dear brothers and sisters in villainy, let your stories be known and embrace the role of the bad guy, because there really is no true good guy, just hypocrites and misguided idiots. So embrace the role and stop at nothing to reach your goals, because no one else will. As soon as you break down the wall of these artificial concepts of good and bad, you're free to act, and may your own principles guide your actions, not someone else's. That is to truly be a villain, to break away from the system, knowing where you stand exactly and embracing who you are. To them you might be the bad guy, but in reality you are the hero of your own story.